year contract. And with that, we'd like to open it up for some questions. And our first question comes from Bill Latson.
Hello. Oh,
Sean, can you hear me?
yes.
Why were the Mets the best fit for you?
I think just based off of last year, um, with like the coaching staff and everything that we had going on, um, I thought that it was a perfect fit. I know Talat, my wife, now, she loved it on the family side as well, and just organizationally, I thought they did a lot of great things, and learned a lot, from Hef and the rest of the staff, and just overall, I was just very, very happy with my time there, and when they reached out and said that they wanted to reunite. I knew that was kind of like a top priority. So, after talking with Talat, I think we made the right decision, and just super happy to be back.
What was the biggest thing you learned from half to the point where you had a great second half?
I would say learning to be myself, and as far as like pitching coaches go, he kind of allowed me to be um, like myself, and kind of experiment with some things, and just kind of bouncing ideas off of him, and just very like easy to talk to, um, as far as like pitching and pitch design and kind of like all these different things that have to go with pitching. Um, he just made everything like super easy, and the rest of the stuff as well. Just have we kind of like every bullpen he was there, and that was where a lot of the work was done. So, he was there through the bad times and the good, and it was very awesome to work with him.
Your next question comes from Will Salmon.
Hey, Sean, congrats. Thanks for doing this. Was there ever a point where you thought this wouldn't be a possibility of re-signing with the Mets? And also, just how different was this experience in free agency from your previous ones?
Um, yeah, I think earlier in the offseason, there was a couple teams that had reached out, and so we talked to them. Obviously nothing came of it, but there was definitely a couple teams that were interested, and I don't think it really made it too far past just kind of like the talking stages. So, um, yeah, as far as that goes, I mean, there was definitely, like I said, a couple teams interested, but the Mets and me and our team kind of, it made sense to come back here, and this free agency was definitely a little bit different. I just think as far as like kind of like the years and stuff that we were looking for was a little more than what we had done the previous 2 3 years. So that was cool, and yeah, it was just other than that, it was kind of the same thing, just kind of waiting for a little bit here, talk to a team or two, and then have a like a week of nothing, and then all of a sudden something comes up, and then we're making a deal. So yeah, I mean, there was like one major thing, but other than that, it was kind of, I would say, the same as last couple of years.
Your next question comes from Dan Martin.
Hey, Sean, thank you for doing this. The other big news in the off season for you guys was obviously signing Juan Soto. What's it going to be like playing with him?
Juan's amazing. I played with him in 22 with the Padres, and when that trade happened, it was the first time I'd been on a team that had made like a huge trade like that. So when we first came over, it was very you could just feel his like his energy and like what he brings to the table, and carried that throughout the rest of the season and the postseason. So we have some history, and I'm just super happy that he's on my team and I don't have to face him anymore. So it's been I'm very happy that he's here, and I'm excited to watch him do his thing in New York.
And obviously, Pete is still out there. He was such a big part of what you did last year. How much are you hoping that the two sides can figure that out?
Very much so. I'm whatever happens with Pete. I'm always going to support him, but I would definitely love to have him back on the Mets and be our first baseman. So hopefully we can get that done. And but whatever happens at the end of the day, I'm going to be happy for him either way. So yeah.
Your next question is from Laura Albanese.
Hey, Sean, congrats. You were talking a little bit about experimentation last year. I know you had worked with Driveline Baseball a couple of years ago, and you also made those mid-season tweaks last season. Is there anything that you've been working on or hoping to work on going into this upcoming season?
Yeah, I mean, my changeup, I would say is kind of just the biggest thing. Just keeping that thing consistent, and I know it can be great at times, and then at times it's kind of good. So the more I can just have it be great, I think just the better off I'll be. So at the end of the day, it's experimenting is cool, and kind of what the off season is for is just to try out new things. At the end of the day, I once season starts and spring training starts, then I guess you can really test those kinds of things, and then you kind of get a feel for it if it's really working, if it feels good. And I'd say at this stage, we're in a really good spot, and I'm excited to try it again against some hitters here soon. And I would say just that. Other than that, just trying to keep things simple and just build off of last year.
And also, I saw that you were working out with Pete down in Tampa. Have you guys been working out a lot? Have you been hanging out at all in the off season?
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much work out every day. He might show up a little earlier than I do, but usually he's we end up working out around the same time. We haven't got a chance to do anything outside of the field yet, or drive or diesel yet, but I think here soon we will be. So yeah.
Your next question is from Ron Blum.
Hi, Sean. Happy New Year. You'd mentioned that your wife and you appreciated the family situation, and Juan Soto also cited the family situation as his reason for signing with the Mets. What is it that the Mets are doing that maybe was different from your previous major league stops?
I mean, they just do a lot of little things. I mean, we don't have any kids yet, so we never had that the daycare situation. But from what I've seen and been told, that the daycare stuff is really great. Just the way that the communication between the wives and the organization has been incredible. I know Talat's said a lot of great things about them. So and they just take care of everything. When I'm at the field, it's if you need tickets or something like that, it's super easy, and they kind of accommodate for that. So at the end of the day, it just kind of we haven't had any snags or anything like that. It's just been I feel like we try to keep things simple, and they've just done above and beyond that, which has been incredible so far.
Thank you.
Next question is from Abby Mastracco.
Hey, Sean, just to clarify, are you going back to Driveline this winter, or are you doing anything different in terms of your off-season prep?
No, I'm still going to Driveline.
Okay.
They just opened up a place out here in Florida. So yeah, just been going there, and then also Diesel, which is another place out here in Tampa.
And what do you think of some of the other off-season moves that the Mets have made, in particular Frankie Montas? I know that you guys were pretty good friends back in Oakland.
Yeah, the signing of Frankie, super excited for that. I love him to death, so I'm very happy to be reuniting with him. And Clay Holmes, I don't know him personally yet, but very excited about that. Obviously, he's got some incredible stuff. So I'm excited to see kind of what we have going on there, and just super excited for them. And I know obviously like Juan and a couple other things. Hopefully, a couple other things happen, but I think overall, we've done an incredible job this offseason, and very excited, looking forward to this year.
What do you think Frankie is going to add to the clubhouse dynamic?
He is a funny guy, and he's definitely very passionate about pitching and competitiveness. Just goes out there and is a dog. So he's I'm looking forward to that, and his stuff's incredible too. So brings all that stuff to the table, and he's just a great human being, great friend. So you got that going as well, and I'm just very happy that he's on our team now.
Thank you.
Your next question is from Hector Moquette. Hector, your line is open. Okay, we'll come back. Next question is from Andrew Tretnick.
Hey, Sean, congrats and welcome back. I guess my question kind of similarly to Abby, but we saw how close the starting rotation was last year. Do you view yourself maybe in more of a leadership role as one of the guys coming back? And what was it about that unit overall that kind of made it so successful that you can kind of try and carry with you guys into 2025?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not like gonna say I'm like the leader or anything like that. I think it's kind of like a collective, and that's kind of like the strength that we had going on. It wasn't like one singular guy was like the leader of the group. I feel like we all kind of took, when it was our start day, it was like that was the day we just passed the torch on to the next guy. And like last year, that's what happened. Like me, Sevi, and Q, making all our starts. Like to me, that's such a cool, on a personal level, that's something I always want to do every year, is just make every single start, and have a couple teammates do the same thing. Is just a like an incredible feeling as far as like a personal goals and like team goals. I feel like when that's happening and you're giving the team just quality innings, you're setting the team up for success. So to have that, I think is kind of like the backbone of what we got going on here. And it's on to the when it's your day to pitch and go out and dominate, and then you give it up to the next guy, and then you just before you know it, season's over, and hopefully you're in a good spot, making the playoffs, and going on a run and stuff like that. So I think that this group can definitely do that, and I'm just trying to help kind of push guys in that direction.
Next question is from Joe Pantoro.
Hey, Sean, over the last 4 years, you played for 4 different organizations. Just how much of a relief is it that you're able to lay down some roots and have the opportunity to stay in one city for a little bit of a stretch here?
It's great. It's fun being on an adventure of seeing new cities, being in different organizations, meeting new friends, stuff like that. And I think at a certain point, it's kind of nice just to, like you said, settle down and have some roots and things like that. So I know me and my wife are very excited for that. Just knowing where we're going to be for the next 3 years, which is incredible, and just so grateful for that. So I think it's a great feeling, and now we actually can plan some things a little bit better, and not just like kind of wander around all the time. So we're definitely looking forward to
that. We'll go back to Laura Albanese.
Hey, sorry, I just wanted to clarify. Diesel, is that diesel optimization in Tampa? Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
And we'll try Hector. Hector, your line is open. Okay. We'll go to Mark Roseman.
Hey, Sean, congratulations and welcome back. Laura touched on this about your experimentation, and you kind of totally reinvented yourself, starting with the hair in spring training and then dropping down to the different arm slot. In a walk year, what gave you the confidence to be able to do that, to change on the fly the way you went about things, and how important was Jeremy Hefner and the staff to the success of that change?
Yeah, I think I feel like it all started a couple years ago now in San Francisco. At a certain point, I just kind of stopped overthinking, I guess, too much, and just kind of just leaned into allowing myself to just do things and have the confidence that I was doing enough work, I was doing all these things, so I should have the confidence to go out there and throw the ball well, and not be try to be perfect with every single little thing, which kind of is its own snowball kind of thing. So that started that year, and then this year I built off that, and then after a while it I guess it got a little stale. I was happy where I was as far as the allowing myself the confidence to go out there and just throw the ball well, but I knew the feelings wise that could improve. And after I found that feeling, it was just this is it, this is something I know that feels good, so let's just lean into that. And then from there, then it just kind of took off. So but I think that wouldn't happen if I wouldn't have kind of coaches being oh, this is good, metrically this is good spot, you look smooth, kind of having that that feedback all the time, and just them breeding confidence in you, is another snowball that just kind of just gets bigger over time. And I think we saw it last year. It was just one thing after another, and each day just kind of built off those little successes, and before it was ended up being a great year. So yeah.
Sean, thank you very much for your time today. We're excited to see you in spring training in Port St. Lucie in no time.
Thank you so much, guys. Can't wait to see y'all. I appreciate everything. Thank you.